What's that sound?
Alarm. Hate comments. We exited slip space in a hate comment field.
Oh, we're gonna die.
Everything dies. Sit down and buckle up.
Halo
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Halo Chat. Remember, if you like our content, to like, subscribe, hit that bell if you want to know when we drop more videos. And also, we want to do just a tiny little thing for everybody that's been subscribing and watching us and commenting and following us on TikTok. Thank you. You guys are incredible, and we wouldn't give you up for the world. Say something. Say
That was
something.
good. I like that.
Say something.
You guys are you guys.
He gets a little shy. Look at that. Ha!
No,
Gotcha again.
not on the moon.
Oh my god. Oh my good golly gracious. We got it. We got it. We got it, guys.
We got it.
We got
We got it. I don't know what so we got it.
No,
We
I don't
fucking
wanna-
got it.
I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but this may very well be
All
my
right.
favorite episode of all time.
I think
out of the
it's-
5.
I think it out of the 5. Yeah, I think we're there. I'm there. You there?
Oh, I'm. Oh man, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I'm feeling it right in my.
Jesus.
And I only have to milk that 3 times a day usually. Okay. All right. So before we talk about the things that we're very, very excited about, same thing. The Quan
Same
storyline
thing.
and the Soren
Same thing.
storyline. Let's
Yeah.
just rip it
Yeah.
off. Let's rip it off like a band-aid.
Get it.
I was going to
Get
save
it
it
over
for
with.
last, but just forget about it.
Yeah.
So here it is.
No. Here it is. Lay it out.
I'm get ready. Soren handcuffs Quan to a motorcycle. He then leaves because he needs to go find things. Quan escapes said motorcycle and then gets the jump on Soren, the super soldier, and that's it.
The super. That's correct. You're right. Yeah.
That's it. That was the
And,
whole
and
thing.
that's literally it. That was
The whole thing.
That's it.
Literally. The only important information that you need to know is Soren was trying to essentially make Quan his indentured servant, I guess, to like pay off her debts. And
you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever
Please be
the
honest.
Soren and whenever those scenes come on, I use that time to pull my phone out and kind of check what I got like a little thing here. And then I look up at the screen and I say, "Oh shit, she's still attached to the bike." All right, let me just go ahead and just check that email, and I'm just gonna. That's how invested I am in that storyline right now. Like I'm barely paying attention to it because there's not a lot going on, and we could be wrong. That's the funny part. We could get to a point where like, oh, that okay, damn.
whether or not
Shame
we
on
get
you,
to that point though,
Shame on me, but mostly shame on you.
I mean, true. Usually.
Because I'm the because then you put Vernac. It's the Master Chief.
It's the Master Chief.
So shame on you.
I mean, it doesn't even matter if we're right about it or if we're wrong about it, because right now
It's true.
it's a waste
Yeah.
of time.
Because right now I don't give a shit.
Not one. Like I don't care about it in the slightest, and nobody cares about
At
it in the
all.
slightest. And this
Yeah.
is the closest
Right.
that we're going to get to like legitimately like fanboy level toxicity, because it's just like it's
Yeah.
it's just it's pointless. It's pointless right now. I'm sure it'll come with a payoff.
Right. It's got to, because if it doesn't, man, if it doesn't, it's just going to solidify what we've been saying.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be something. Like, it has to be something. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. But as of right now, doesn't matter. Band-Aid ripped off. We're done with it. We don't need to talk about it anymore.
Gone.
It's okay.
It's gone. I wrinkled it up and I threw it in
yeah.
the little bin.
Throw it in the just
There you go. That's for TikTok.
we can talk about the thing that matters. We can talk about the thing that matters.
Yeah,
the thing
the thing that fucking matters.
Our sweet boy John and our sweet just perfect episode as far as I'm concerned. If you cut out Quan.
Every way, shape, or form. See what I'm doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Because we saw his ass. Not this episode, but anyways,
Oh,
please continue.
It's like, wait, is there?
Oh yeah, no, there was like, just at one part of the scene, he took his pants off, and then when like he put it back on, it was like as a continuity error
for like just a split second. He was missing his pants.
Split second.
They were,
yeah.
His pants weren't CGI'd in like the plasma pistol or whatever in the first episode.
Right. Yeah,
but it's just his pants are gone. Oh my god, I don't know if this is as important to you because you don't see it, but the first thing that we see is Halsey, again another flashback in the beginning of the episode, which is, I guess at this point is to be expected, but Halsey and we find out later Keys are like walking through the Reach for Life program on Aridness in the past, and they
they literally were just like shopping for kids, right?
Yeah, they were shopping. They were shopping. They were
literally just like, oh, let's see, which we got the strong ones climbing the tree branches, and we got the smart ones digging with the other like they were shopping for kids.
Yeah, they were looking for kids to steal, which is a really good look on the UNS.
Kind of like when you go to the store and you steal an orange.
I like that one. They're just window shopping for the kids to steal. They'll come back.
Ripe.
They'll come back later when the sale's going.
This one's ripe. Don't steal oranges. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, they're going around squeezing the kids to see if they're ripe yet. Anyway, no,
that's for TikTok.
The thing that I was really excited to see in like a very spiteful way, because I've been dealing with a lot of just like hate comments on everything that I do, and one of the videos that I did, you guys have probably seen, is in regards to the coin test from the last episode where Halsey was having him flip the coin,
right?
And I covered before that was done in a playground while he was playing King of the Hill with other kids.
Did.
And what was he doing in this episode? I don't know what King of the Hill actually is in real life, but that looked like King of the Hill. Their little tree
it's like
branch.
King of the Hill is you throw off the other child off of the bridge.
The thing like 20 feet in the air,
and then you're the king. and I just love that when that one kid slipped, and then after that whole thing got resolved, once they saw their prized orange,
that one's right.
That everybody just went back. Everybody just went back to normal. Everybody just like, okay, well, the kid almost died.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what do you think? What do you think of our beautiful place?
But what I really liked about that is not only did they include, they included the lore accurate, like King of the Hill, John, whatever. But the difference that they made is not John was beating the shit out of all these kids. The thing that we saw in the episode was little John, like he's tiny,
little Johnny boy,
which is not accurate. He's not like overly small, but he's clearly the smallest one. Little John,
they made him like the runs.
Himself. Yeah, they made him the run. But Little John put himself in like harm's way. No, I get it.
Okay.
but
okay.
Small.
Right,
would it help if I said Small John? Would that be better for you?
That would help me with my brain. Yes.
Okay, all right. So Small John, they put Small John in harm's way, or he put himself in harm's way so that he could save the kid that was in trouble. Like they painted John not as this kid that's winning King of the Hill, so therefore he's the best, but he's the one that put himself in danger to help somebody that was in need of help, which is Master Chief to a T. Like that's the John that we know. He does everything that he can to help other people.
It's
the Master Chief.
I fucking love Vinak, bro.
We were
Yeah.
calling him Riz the entire episode. When we were simping
Oh,
over
yeah,
him
we
the
were
entire episode, we
so-
were calling
we were-
him
yeah.
Riz the
Wow.
entire last
You're stupid.
After the King of the Hill thing, they do like the big
Yeah.
reveal that Keys was also there, which is just a paint
Yeah.
like where like we are a little bit suspicious of Keys.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that actor that's playing Keys is like
Yeah, dude.
really, really killing it as Keys.
Yeah, he's fucking good. Yeah, he's so awesome. Yeah.
He's absolutely killing it as Keys. I love
Yeah.
him for that role.
Yeah.
Like he is a like
Yeah.
super badass. You
Yeah.
know who I don't like
Yeah,
as
this dude's
much?
a fucking badass.
Yeah, seriously. But the thing that I don't like as much after we see the reveal for Keys, we see that he's bringing in Miranda to look at the artifact. Like he's like, we got to give
Right.
you your shot. The thing that I don't
Yeah.
like, I like Miranda as a character that they're building, but like the thing about Miranda is that she's like so sweet. You know what I mean? Like she's like
Yeah.
top
Yeah,
brass,
yeah.
almost top brass for like
right.
the UNSC like
Right.
secret research program, and
Right.
like
Right.
she's like so
Eh.
innocent.
She's
like
too sweet for
Bambi.
this world. Yeah, like everybody around her is like super hardcore and badass, and everybody's like everybody has like a presence about them, and then she's like just very sweet, and it just it just doesn't feel like she fits in with this like military, you know, like this military lifestyle, this visual, the roughness. It just doesn't, you know. You're right. Like, what'd you say, Bambi? That's a good,
Like Bambi,
That's actually
Like
pretty
Bambi.
good. Yeah.
but with like a really awful, horrible mom that you're just waiting to get shot. So they bring Miranda in to see the artifact, and
Right.
John is just like chilling there in his full armor, which
Yeah.
is cool. Like
Festering.
he's just finally wearing his helmet. So you guys should like that.
Yeah.
And he's just like
Yeah.
sitting there staring at it, and they're
Yeah.
like
He's just like
trying to interact with John,
being
and he's
real
just
Spartan.
he just like seemed very Master Chiefy in that scene, just standing there doing nothing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a
Right.
good thing or a bad thing. The Chief seemed very much Master Chief, and I don't know if
Yeah.
I like that. That's like my idea of
Yeah.
what Master Chief should seem like, because I like what they're doing in the show where he doesn't seem like that. Like Show Chief and traditional
Right.
Master Chief. are,
Yeah.
like-
You know why that's bothering you, I think? You know why that's bothering you? Or not that it's bothering you, but it's kind of like a in and out, because I'm feeling the same way. It's because we went in knowing him a certain way, but now we're getting to know the new, like not the new chief, but a different version of him through a different story. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
for me that's what's happening. Like our brain is like, we went in and kind of got rewired a little bit, and now we're liking what they're doing. So when the chief we're used to comes up, we're like, oh, wait a minute, that's mass right there, like the scene with the fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. I see him right there. I see him, there he is.
Yeah, but that's exactly what it is. Like getting little tiny glimpses of the Chief that I guess I'm accustomed to. I no longer get, unless it's in like an action scene, I don't necessarily get excited about that anymore.
Right.
Like it's nice to
I
see,
agree with
but
you.
I don't. I like Pablo. I like seeing. I mean,
Yeah,
don't
I love
come
this
for me.
shit.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
Like
please
don't come for me. But I like seeing Chief without his helmet. And I think I've been getting accustomed to like the character building of Chief outside of being.
Could it be
like
that you connected with the character?
That's very much possible. That's very possible that I'm connected with Chief.
Is it possible that you connected with Chief and you're allowing yourself to enjoy the Halo TV series?
Wild. Absolutely wild. I can't believe it. I
Mind
can't
blown. You're not a fan. You're not a fan.
You're not a true,
You're not
a real
a fan.
You're done. You're done. Miranda like
Right.
waltzes in when Halsey's looking at the artifact, and Miranda like
Right.
is like trying to be helpful. She's like, You see,
Yeah.
like these crystals don't look.
Oh.
This cave is not a natural formation.
Poor Miranda.
And it's like, first of all, Miranda, yes, obviously the
Yes,
crystal
we
formation
see
over
it.
the top of the artifact that looks ornate is obvious, and she wants to like do the test, and Halsey is just like,
Yeah.
don't even talk to me. I'm going to talk to little
Yeah.
kiss boy for 2 seconds about what I
Yes.
actually want to
Little
do.
kiss
And
kiss
it's just
boy.
like Halsey has no respect for
Yeah,
anybody.
she doesn't give a shit about anything but the project. Literally, not even her own kid.
So we get past the artifact part, and we get to like one of my favorite parts of the entire series, and it's Vanek
Yeah.
talking to Kai, and Kai
I
is
fucking
like,
love this part.
oh my god,
Yeah.
it was so good. Like it was like,
Don't you wonder why you don't wonder?
okay, like we can like let's admit that like Kai's little parts were obnoxious, and like they're just kind of like painting.
Yeah.
They're really trying hard to paint it that Kai is going to go like AWOL, because even before she removed her chip, I was rewatching part of the first episode, and even before that, she's like questioning the UNSC and like questioning like she is questioning everything, and now that she's removed her chip, even more so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
But she's like, I almost wonder, to those of you who are fans of Red vs. Blue, do you remember in the first scene of Red vs. Blue, they were like, do you ever wonder why we're here? Like that's the only thing that I could think
Yeah.
of. The little like,
Right.
do you ever wonder why we're here interaction in Red vs. Blue.
Yeah.
So even if it wasn't an
Yeah.
Easter egg, as far as my head canon goes in the Silver Timeline, it was.
That's what you yeah.
Yeah. But then she's like, do you ever wonder why you don't wonder? And Vanek, do it. You do a great Vanek.
Now you're putting me on the spot. He's something along the lines of I wonder how all that grease seeped into your brain. You asking me dumbass questions. Bro, that shit was I literally
love that
I
guy,
literally
man.
laughed. I
oh
literally
my
laughed.
God.
What I do wonder is if that grease seeped into your brain.
Asking me dumbass
That was so
questions
funny.
like that.
Asking me dumbass questions. Like
I
like
was so
oh
happy
my
to
god,
see that.
Vanek
That
is
was
such a
so
good
funny.
character. I wonder if the actor playing Vanek realizes how funny his like super
hope so,
serious
man.
character is.
I gotta find that guy
So,
on Twitter and
because
just be
that
like,
shit is so funny.
I love what you're doing with Vanek. It's so funny.
Yeah. Every time we get a silly question.
Asking me dumbass questions.
All right.
Yeah. And then so after that scene, when she comes out, Master Chief notices Kai, and he like zooms in
Yeah.
with his little
Yeah.
Spartan visor,
Yeah.
and Cortana's like,
Oh yeah.
oh, I like that color on
I
her.
kind of like it. I like that
Yeah.
color on her.
And he goes up to her and he's like, take off your helmet. Take it off right now.
Yeah.
And then he takes off his
Take it
helmet
off.
as well, because he
Yeah.
likes to do that.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah. He needs to get some
what's
air.
wrong with you? What's wrong with you? When did you do it? When did you take out your pellet? Because it's obvious.
What did you do?
idiot. Like you
Why
made it
did-
as
yeah.
obvious as you possibly could. When did you take out your
Yeah,
pellet?
right.
And she's like,
Right.
right after you, Chief. And he's like, okay, you're benched.
Fair. You're benched. Okay. Bench.
Bench immediately. Like you like Chief knows just as well as the rest of
Yeah.
us that Kai is
Chief-
she got a few screws loose. Like she's
But also I'm just thinking like Chief probably to himself is like, shit, I'm barely holding it together. Like this
literally
like this chick just
Chief,
put gun grease in her hair, you know?
yeah. Chief barely
like-
probably has like confidence in himself right now, and he's like
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like I didn't put
And he's
gun
the
grease
damn
in my-
leader of the team. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, Chief knows that he is like messed up. Yeah,
yeah, that was very Chief though. He saw
Do
the
you-
problem and he quickly solved it.
Do you think it was very Chief though? Because I don't know. Like, I mean, to be fair, I've never.
I do.
We've had very few interactions with Chief as a team member,
Right.
so I don't even
Well,
know.
so this goes back to like playing the games type of Chief that I was thinking of. Like it was one of those moments where it was like not much thought because he had already had the like once he saw the problem, he already worked it out, and to work it out to protect himself and her he benched her immediately. Like it wasn't a very long conversation. Like, why did you do
Yeah.
it? What was happening? It was in that he saw the issue, he saw the gun grease. He said, "Go sit your ass down."
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's true. It's like for your own good. For your own good, you're
Yeah,
obviously a
for your own
liability.
good.
You need to
Right.
go.
You're not combat ready. Go sit down.
So after that scene, he does the thing where he's talking to Cortana, and I didn't know, like I
Yeah.
like it, but I don't know because the angsty.
I'm not used to it yet.
I'm not used to it. Yeah, the I like seeing their progression as a team. Like he's not as
Yeah.
hateful towards her, I guess, than he was before.
No.
Like they're kind of
Yeah.
like feeling a little bit more like a cohesive partnership. Like he's asking her for
Right.
help and stuff. And he's like,
he's
Cortana.
he's getting used to her being inside of his brain.
Yeah, and he's like Cortana, shut up. I was doing a little bit of research into Cortana before, and John's in their first meeting.
Okay.
And Cortana and him,
Right.
like Cortana's always been like sassy and sarcastic, but
Yeah.
the line where she was like, "Well, I can, and you're not missing much," was very similar to the first time
Yeah.
in there's a comic where they meet for the first time, and she like gets inserted
Yeah.
into his neural cortex or whatever, and she says, "There's not much room in here." Again, like taking a jab at
Yeah, like swinging at him. Yeah.
yeah. So I thought
She's sassy.
again,
She's sassy in the game, the film, and the comics. All right, Cortana.
they
like,
really-
she keeps that same energy. I got you.
Yeah.
Respect. All right.
like you can say whatever you want about the way that she like looks, but without a doubt, out of everybody in the
Yeah.
entire show, this is our Cortana. This is for right
Yes.
now. This is
100%.
our Cortana. Like,
100%,
and you can
right.
argue that Cortana wouldn't
Right.
like take over John's brain or like spy on John or
No.
whatever. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, when
This-
she was
well,
first created, she probably would have just done
Yeah.
what her job was. Like,
Yeah.
without
Well, that's
any
what
regard
that's what
for
she
John.
fought about. Remember, she was questioning why she didn't have full control of the Spartan. So it's that's pretty much what we know about her in this type of her job in this aspect.
Yeah. So I like that. I really I still and continue will probably to like Cortana. And then
Yeah.
they show John.
I love Cortana. Right.
I love Cortana, man. And then they show John talking to Keys about his whole like situation, and they're like having
Yeah.
an aside, and
Oh.
he's like telling, like venting to him, I guess.
I was doing like one of these on the couch. I was like, ooh, awkward, because you just saw the
Yeah.
flashback in the beginning and you're just like, oh boy. And then also the side eye Keys was giving him, like,
Yeah. Yeah. He's like,
I just kept looking like I'm not looking at this guy. He's a freaking augmented, trained killer. I'm not going to show him my full range of emotion that I'm sweating about his questions.
yeah, literally. Master Chief can probably hear his heart beating.
That's what I'm saying. he's like, oh, you hate her, you don't trust her, huh? Oh, you're their memories, you say. Oh, and then he's like,
yeah, it was the
fuck.
epitome of like,
It's like,
just like,
oh
mhm,
shit,
like you knew you fucked up,
Yeah.
man. Like you knew that you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Keys.
memories. Mm-hmm.
I did like that scene like really represented that, like I mean it's sad and because we know what we know, but like John sees
Yeah.
Keys as pretty much the most
Yeah.
trustworthy person that because he hasn't
Yeah.
told anybody. He hasn't really told
Yeah.
anybody else
Right,
what
right,
he's
right.
feeling,
Yeah.
especially about Halsey.
That was right. That was like the first time we've actually seen him like be open to somebody, like
Mhm.
a human,
Yeah.
another human. Because even
Yeah.
with his team, he's not very, very touchy. But like with Keys, you
Yeah.
could tell in his voice and how he was talking to him. He's like, I trust, you're really the only one that I trust, or you're my cat, I trust you. And
Yeah.
that's what he was like. That's why I felt so awkward when I was watching it, because I was like, oh, about that. This is
Yeah.
not gonna go well.
Yeah, it's oh, man, like I feel so bad
And
for
it
John
doesn't.
at this point, because like we just keep learning things that are just like crushing for John.
This guy,
like
this guy's life sucks.
yeah. And that's what factors in coming up, because they do whatever they do with the artifact, and the artifact freaks out,
Right.
like blows everybody's
Yeah.
ears out,
Oh
and
my
like
God.
screams out into
That
the distance.
shit was so crazy.
That was
How did it not
nuts.
kill that guy? How did it not like explode his brain? But he's a weirdo, so we don't care. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so the artifacts like explode like screaming out into the void, and then we get like a little glimpse
Yeah.
of Mackie. Finally, we get a little bit of Mackie again, but like
Right, a little bit of Mackie.
with like not any real substance. They're like walking around the magical cave
Yeah.
with their little wizard staffs,
Right.
and she hears the artifact
Oh, I saw.
like
Yeah.
screaming.
Did you
and
did
she,
you
like,
did
gets a
you
little
did you
taste
say it
of
again?
Yeah, wizard
Did you
staff.
when you saw the staff?
Again,
You were like,
wizard
there
staff.
it is.
Yeah, I was like, there it is.
Little wizard.
There's the wizard
There it
staff.
is. It's like a little. It's like a magic metal detector or space magic metal detector. I don't know what it's.
Yeah.
I guess it's detecting whatever it's detecting. But
It's
yeah,
a
they had it.
Forerunner.
There it is. There it is.
Blood,
it
maybe.
is.
I don't
see
know
it.
what it's supposed to be detecting.
Yeah.
But I did want to touch on
Yeah.
there's an interesting like interaction between Mackie and the elite where she's looking for the
Yeah.
artifact and they're like, it's not here.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, keep looking because there's got to be something that will help us. And then
Yeah.
she like pauses and she's like
Yeah. Like,
your enemy is my enemy.
yeah.
You
Like
know what
yeah.
I mean?
She's
Like-
like reassuring him for some reason. You know.
I think that the reason is that's giving us just like a little indication that she's not quite as close to like she knows that she is an outsider. And they are probably not treating her the way that a lot of people are suspecting
Yeah.
that they're treating her, where like she's like a highly
Right.
respected member. Like she's
Right.
there because she
Right.
has to be, but I think she knows that the Covenant sees her as a human. So that she has to like
Yeah.
emphasize.
So
to this
she's like,
elite-
but wait a minute. We are also on the same team, big guy. Those things
Yeah,
are
remember
fucking
that?
huge.
those things are huge.
I love
the elites.
I love how the elites look. So man,
Oh my god. So good.
so good.
So the thing is screaming. We get a little taste of Mackie,
Yeah.
and then it cuts back
Yeah.
to John. John's like booking it towards the artifact. He's like, I gotta do something. I gotta
Yeah.
do something.
He slips
And
that
he-
helmet back on, runs over,
and then slips it
Big
right
Spartan
back off when
stomps.
he sees it.
and Ben
But-
slips his after
I'm
everybody's
thinking-
grabbing their head.
Yeah, the only thing that I can think is that he and like this could be wrong. It could just be another moment of let's just take Chief's helmet off for whatever reason.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
or in my mind, like I'm trying to like put together why he would do this. I'm thinking he thought to himself, I have a connection to this artifact, and this artifact is
Right.
like reaching out for something, like it's signaling to something. So what's the only thing that I
Right.
might be able to do? Show the artifact my face? Maybe, like that's the only thing that I could think, because the
Mm.
second he took his helmet off, it stopped.
Yeah.
Like it had found what it was looking for. Like it was like signaling
Huh.
out to maybe
Oh, I didn't catch
individuals with this like
I-
forerunner like ability,
that. Yeah.
like these
May-
reclaimers.
Maybe. I mean,
ones.
that it could be. I didn't pick it up that way, but you know,
I mean,
I don't know,
I'm
it
just
could-
like
it
trying
could
to
be.
explain why
This-
he would take,
right.
because usually I'm relatively good at explaining why he doesn't have his helmet on.
right.
But that's like
right. Well, I guess
mean,
I guess but see, this scene leads up to when Halsey walks in, right?
yeah, he goes and he touches the
Right.
artifact, and he
Right.
finally gets that little morsel that we've been expecting.
The little
Halsey
morsel.
or I guess the UNSC replacing
Yeah.
him in his home
Yeah.
with the clone.
Which was
And
that was done really well with, and like the warthogs rolling up and the UNSC symbols all over the place, and watching the clone get slipped into bed. That
Mhm.
was
And it's like, go to sleep.
chef's kiss. Yeah. If I were to like nitpick at why the helmet came off, now see, again, I didn't pick up what you were explaining as to why it came off, but with that scene coming in, you needed to see the pain and the realization on his face when the next face he sees is Halsey.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
if you're asking me to explain why the helmet came off, it makes for good storytelling, because you got this
Yeah.
guy spitting and his eyeballs are bugging out, and he's over here
Yeah.
remembering when he got nabbed, and he's just like, you
Chief
kidnapped me, like literally the first thing
Absolutely.
he says. Oh my god.
absolutely
I was like, oh
broken. And I
you
was
did.
like,
Yeah.
you're dead. Like we got a little bit of a
You're
taste when
literally
it was like
Yeah.
who am I? And he was like lifting that guy up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was just a stranger.
Oh no.
And
that was a baby taste too compared to like what we just saw.
he was going to turn her into goop. He was going to murder her. Like
he
without-
literally did his big Spartan jump and was ready to swing
in
on
the air.
Halsey.
He was in the air.
He was in
man.
the air.
It was, when
He
that
was
scene
in the
happened,
air.
I was like,
He was in the air. Yeah, I know. My mouth was open. I was like, holy shit, what he and then
couldn't
in mid jump turning off bodily function. That was done. That was really good. That was really fucking awesome to see, not only to be shocked at what Chief was doing, but to also see like really how much control Cortana has over John physically.
yeah. It's that is probably the biggest turn away from the games in the traditional lore, like that off switch that she has over him. Like that's probably the biggest thing I've seen in the entire episode or the entire season, I guess I should say.
Well,
but
because in like the games and stuff, like she has control over the suit, not his physical.
So she actually does have some form of control over his like nervous system, because she can see his thoughts.
Oh, okay.
She can like regulate his his like body.
But it's through the suit. No.
It's partial. Like I think it's partially integrated with. The
I guess
suit.
we're
Don't
gonna
quote me
have
on this
to-
because I don't know for certain.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna
I
have
just
to
know that they
double
call
check
it,
that.
Yeah, they call it the neural lace. It came along
Gotcha.
with the suit, but I think the neural lace itself was implanted in him, and it's kind of like connected
Okay.
through the suit in some way, shape, or form.
Gotcha.
But
Like-
it's not
like
like
magnets.
the suit that's doing it.
No.
I made a note to myself that like, because I know that if you're watching this and you're somebody that is like not a huge fan of the show so far, this is one of the situations that you really is just like, that's not Chief. What was that? Chief would never do that.
Yeah, that's not
And-
Chief. Right.
To be fair, like when it comes to
Did it not
the
freak you out a
traditional
little bit?
lore, it freaked me out a little bit. Like this is definitely a scary thing to see Chief like that. Chief never acts like that.
He's a deadly person, you know? He's a weapon.
Yeah.
And
it
he
was
almost
really
swinging
serious.
on Halsey.
But the note that I made was that like it's not the Chief that we know traditionally from the games and the lore. However, it is the Chief that they've been building. This man is like slowly cracking under the pressure. And I know that like that people are not going to be accustomed to seeing Chief crack under the pressure, because the whole point of Chief is that he doesn't crack under the pressure no matter how hard things get. But the thing we got to realize is that's not the story necessarily that they're telling. They're telling what I personally would consider to be a more realistic story. Like this man was kidnapped from his home, lied to his entire life, experimented on, essentially tortured, like the amount of pain that he went through his entire life to do this. And he thought
with
that
the augments,
he somehow made a choice to join when he was a child because he was adopted. And they gave him the choice to like join the Spartan program. And it was never a choice. They stole his life.
Fucking Halsey has he literally
audacity.
says the deep dark. He literally says the deep dark secret, and then she has the audacity to be like, "Wait, John, I will be
Now, hold on.
honest with you and explain everything if you let me sedate you and take you back to the ship."
Yeah.
Like,
It's just like,
what? Fool me once.
I would have freaking Falcon punched
Fool
her
me
too,
twice.
probably. Still don't 100, like I still feel like I'm kind of like dissecting it in my brain, but like I don't know how I feel about it 100%. But I like my initial reaction is that it's shocking, but I like it.
Yeah. It was shocking. I liked it, but listen, like the reason why it's so good for me personally is because like that's the type of stuff that I want with like new Halo content. I want to be shocked. I want to be surprised, and Chief doing something that's uncharacteristically, you know, locked into him to this character is like that makes good television in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that. Yeah. Now he didn't really know before because he touched the artifact and they like shut off his brain. He was like, "Oh, that was weird."
Yeah.
But this time he's like, my body just shut off. What just happened?" And Cortana's like,
Yeah.
How about that?" I just turned off your brain for a little while. Don't worry.
I just put you to nappy poo.
Halsey, thank God for Halsey, but slip space rupture detected. I
Yeah.
just
Oh.
hearing Cortana say that,
Yeah.
freaking
Yeah.
oh God,
Yeah,
I was
I was
ready.
like,
I was so
It's about
excited.
to go down.
Yeah, I just like everything that I wrote
Oh
down
my God.
for this section of the episode was in caps. Like
Yeah.
everything was perfect. Like the first thing that you see
Yeah, it
when
was
all these
so
Covenant are
good.
coming in is
Oh
the
my
human
God.
ship that's been like shot out of the sky,
Right.
and they're doing this
Right.
amazing shot of just like this slowly
Every
falling
single
to
time with these shots, bro, they're
like,
so freaking good. Watching
so
He's watching the whole
good.
ship come down. Oh my, and he's just like,
Oh
no,
my
you know, he's
God.
just like, no, damn it.
It was perfect. Like I want that
Yeah, it
to
was
be like
beautiful.
my iPhone
Beautifully done.
screen.
It's a beautiful start.
Like
Beautiful start because it gets fucking crazier.
beautiful. It gets so nuts, and we finally see jackals, we see grunts,
Yep.
like this whole like
Yup.
huge battle. Like the first
Yeah.
episode was great. Like the little
Yeah.
elites fighting the Spartans, like really just like a taste. But
Right.
this
That was
scene
literally a taste. This is
really,
everything.
really proves that
Yeah.
Paramount can pull off these like huge
Yeah.
Covenant versus human battles that we're so
That
used
shit
to.
was
We're-
so good. You know what I was laughing to myself because I was putting it in video game terms when I was watching it because I like as the fight was going out and Chief was grabbing a pistol, he grabbed a shotgun, he grabbed a plasma pistol. I was like, this guy's playing Fiesta mode and soloing a Horde mode at the same time. Like this is what's that's the first thing that went into my brain. It's just
Yeah,
like
he's got Fiesta and he's getting all the good
Fiesta.
ones. Fiesta.
He's getting-
Nice. Kilimanjaro.
Double, triple. Oh man, and then but the best part, like we didn't even get into the like the battle yet. When he came out of remember when he came out of the cave area or whatever he was in, and the Marine or the soldier just passes him the gun. I was like, let's fucking go. Let's
Yes.
fucking go.
I was like up out of my
Oh.
seat that scene. Like I just like
Yeah,
I cannot
it was
describe
so
to you how
exciting.
excited I
Yeah.
was. Finally, like
Yeah, and
like
that's what the
like,
people wanted.
story
That's
is-
what you wanted.
that's
I know it's what you wanted. You
want.
back there. You got
You
it.
especially. I see you. I see you hiding and pretending like you're not watching the show. I know you've been watching every single episode, you liar.
Yeah, every
And this is
single-
what
you
excites
liar.
you. This is what excites you.
Oh my god.
You dirty little boy.
Yeah, when he took that shotgun and he took is it just like doing it was like watching a cinematic for the game, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
him just powering through and yeah, go keep going. Keep feed it.
Really good.
Feed it.
So when Chief is running in there, another thing that I wrote down was Chief was running in with the OG pistol, and he's like,
Yeah.
and then when he runs out of ammo,
yep.
Cortana's like, switch to your
Yeah.
secondary. One,
And he throws
I
it.
thought like at first I was like secondary.
Yeah.
Wait a second. He was using his pistol.
What?
But then in my mind I was like, but wait, everybody that's ever played Halo Combat Evolved knows that the
Yeah.
entire time pretty
Yeah.
much you're using that OG pistol.
using
Like
the
that's
pistol,
your
right.
primary.
But
And then you're pulling out your
before-
secondary when you need it.
Yeah. Didn't he when he finished the clip, didn't he throw it at the grunt? And then he fucking threw it at the grunt.
Grunts are funny when they beg for their life.
They stayed true to the
Oh.
grunt character. Like that
That
shit
was
was
really,
that shit
really
was funny.
good.
Just like they're the comical in all the chaos, you know?
Yeah, and then Chief is
It's
like,
fun
this is
to kill
something
grunts.
that I liked. It's really fun to kill grunts. This is something that I liked, but was also
All right,
like
hit me with the-
super weird. Oh my god, somebody needs to do an edit. I'll do a TikTok about it where it's grunt birthday party on that scene. Just
Yeah. Yeah.
that'd be amazing. But he does like the one liner. I'm not a huge fan of the quippy one liners. You know what I mean? Where he's like, I know how the game is played,
Yeah.
and it's like obviously like
Yeah.
this show is about a video game, and like we like
Right.
intersperse little things like that. not a huge fan of, it's not a deal breaker for me, but I wasn't a huge fan of like
Right.
that because it was like a little, you know how I
Yeah.
feel about zaniness,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of it felt forced, and you're already in this battle. You don't need to give me a one-liner.
I really loved the decision to begin that battle with the Spartans with them running
Yeah.
in front of the
Yes.
Warthog.
Yes,
Because the
yes,
Marines are in the Warthog
taking the
and they're
payload
like
and all. Yep.
catching, like they're keeping up with the Warthog, defending
Right,
it
right.
from
They're
the
leading
Covenant.
the charge for. Oh, bro, that
Mhm.
yeah. They took formation, and then you got these big ass Spartans literally guiding the Warthog. Oh my god.
So
Oh
good,
my god.
so
They
good.
just nailed it with the damn
They did
Spartans.
such a good job on this scene, and
Oh.
like we're just going to keep like
Yeah, fanboy switch straight on.
Yeah, I just need a little bit of time
Right,
alone
so
with
they're
the episode, if you know what I'm saying. The Marine that's on the turret of the Warthog explodes with the needler thing,
Yeah, with
I
the
was-
pink
I was-
mist, yeah.
with the pink mist that they were talking about. The
Yeah, I
previous-
was like,
yeah!
let's go.
I mean,
About to turn on Halo
rest in
after
peace.
this.
Rest in peace, Marine on the back of the Warthog.
In
but
the eyes of an angel.
But and then the grunt like hijacks the Warthog, and then
Yeah.
Master Chief
Yeah.
hijacks it from the grunt. And he's like, "Let me drive,"
Yeah.
or whatever he says to
Yeah,
the grunt.
yeah,
he,
yeah, another-
he just
another one-liner.
and
Yeah.
throws it out there. I
Yeah.
just like
Spartans
I
hop in.
lost it. They hit us with something new, which I made a video about earlier today on my TikTok. If you're not following me on my TikTok, 15 Second Reviews.
Yeah.
But they hit us with this like new thing, which was the jackals came down, and
Yes. I know where you're going.
it
Yeah.
had these energy like plasmas like attachable blades to their wrist,
Right.
and I was like, huh, that's
Yeah.
new. But I knew just like
Yeah. They
this
didn't just
is
pull
new,
it out of
but
their
it's
ass.
so strange. Yeah, it's so different from what I've
Right.
normally seen that I feel like if I look this up, it's probably going to be a thing. So I googled it.
And
there's-
what do you know?
There's two options. There's a thing that the that the jackals use called an energy cutlass that's been in Harvest, and it's been in like comics that they've shown. But then there's
Yeah.
also the thing that we see is very similar to the plasma like dagger thing from Halo Reach. I think a lot of the aesthetic of the
Okay.
show is coming from Halo Reach, especially with the Covenant.
Yeah.
So I think what we're seeing is
Yep.
more similar to that plasma dagger, which again is still pulled from the games.
Yeah.
But so in
Yeah.
the midst of this battle, we get, of course, Kai just like losing it, obviously, like just absolutely like the blood and guts are getting to her, and she gets distracted.
Right. But I like that Chief put her in because he knew they were going to need it. You know what I mean? Like, again, it's the Master Chief seeing the problem and then like, you know, addressing it. So although he literally just told her to sit down, he saw the waves of aliens dropping in, and he's like, you know what? We're gonna need her.
Yeah.
Simple as that. He just made the decision right then and there.
So he goes to save her because she's like dying, like she's getting ready to die. I don't
Right.
even know if I think she lives in the end. I'm not 100%. Like, she lived
Yeah,
in the end. She was just like unresponsive.
I'm pretty yeah, she does. She was just like, you know, not doing well. But wait, hold on. We're skipping on how he got there.
No, I'm getting ready to get to how he got there.
Oh, hey, go ahead. Hey, preach.
This is the chief.
Get in there.
That you
Get in there.
have been begging for. This
Literally.
guy on the screen,
This
in
guy
episode 5
on the
is literally
the hood.
the chief.
He's
that you
on
have
the
been
damn hood of the
begging
Warthog.
for. This mother f. He's like closer to the edge, closer, and he jumps
Get
his
as
ass onto a banshee that's flying
Yeah.
by.
Then
and
he Captain
grabs
America's the Banshee.
it by the wing, Captain
bends-
America style, grabs it
He
by the
bends-
wings and just
he
like
pulls it,
throws it.
and then isn't? Do you know what that reminded me of?
Freaking time to give the Covenant back their bomb.
time to give the Covenant back their
Covenant
bomb.
back their bomb.
Literally.
Oh,
That's literally.
God, it's not as good as that scene because that's like one of the best scenes
It's
of
not
all
as
time.
good as that, but that's what it. That's what Chief does.
Vibes. This is
That's
the
what
chief that
Chief
punches
does.
missiles out of the air. He grabs a banshee and he throws it into a phantom. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. That being said,
That was so good.
because we
Hey,
always
calm down.
because we
Hey,
always
calm down,
sprinkle in a
big
little
guy, all right?
sense, you know, we always sprinkle in a
Uh-huh.
little reason,
Just a
little bit
little
of this, little bit of
sprinkle.
that. I can also admit that it looked a little bit goofy when he jumped on it at first. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah.
Like it had a little
Yeah.
bit of goofiness because,
Yeah.
you know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Okay.
They spent
Yeah.
spent a lot of their money on that freaking sick shot of the spaceship coming down and then the banshee exploding. But he blows up
That was
that
still
phantom.
really
The-
fucking sick.
The freaking bits, like half jackal crawling his way on the ground, and like they're all like,
Yeah, I was like, holy shit! This
really
this fucking show is so gory. Like, yeah, like that was perfect. And then you saw like his guts like sliding behind him, and you're like, oh, but they did a really good job with you. They did a really good job with the detail with the other jackals that were getting up and they had like blood dripping down
Yeah.
their mouths, and
yeah,
it was
really
really detailed with like how injured they were.
I'm telling you, they pulled
my
the
God.
aesthetics straight out of Reach because the jackals, the grunts, the elites,
Yeah.
like they all look so good, and they like give me
Yeah.
like they give me such good like I just like constantly am thinking about Reach, like constantly.
It's
thinking
giving
about,
you
I
a bit of
love
nostalgia
Reach.
then.
Giving me a little bit
Yeah.
of nostalgia because obviously they look at the
Yeah.
fucking games, but.
Yeah.
So Chief runs up there. He helps Kai
Yeah.
out, and then
Yeah.
like you're good, Kai. The other Spartans are there, and then he runs over to help or to go get the artifact because that's like their main
Right.
job, and then
Yeah.
freaking out of the sky comes the Covenant
Like a
dropship from
bat out
Halo
of
CE slash
space hell.
Infinite, and then
Yeah.
drops our first glimpse of a freaking brute. And not only is it a brute,
Oh,
it's
yo.
a freaking big
It's a-
holding a
it's a
freaking
big-
gravity hammer
It is
the
a
size of the
big
Earth.
ass brute.
with the axe on the one side, and then he actually uses it as like a gravity hammer and uses it to like whoom, to get the
Yeah.
artifact back.
Yeah.
Kind of like you remember
that's
when,
right, that's right,
in
that's
Halo
right,
2
that's
when they
right.
like whoomp and they get the
Yeah.
guilty spark or whatever on the end of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. No, you're
my
right.
God.
You're right. You're right.
So
Dude, that
badass, man.
that like that thing was terrifyingly large.
Yeah, and he's like running his
Literally.
way towards it like the freaking hero
Yeah.
that he is. And
Yeah.
I lost.
Chief don't give a
so
shit.
Many, there were
He's-
so many
He
moments. in
saw a threat. He saw a damn giant threat come down and he just ran at it.
I need a weapon. He's like, do, 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 do. I need a weapon. And Cortana's like, obviously, Chief.
Like, Cortana, the sass right now, unnecessary.
Yeah, just dial it back, Cortana.
Right
That's not
now?
important right now.
Like I'm surprised she didn't be like, you think he can manage it?
Just, I need a weapon, please. And then he gets
I need a weapon.
absolutely freaking floored
Yeah, he gets
by this brute.
yeah, he
And
gets
I was
literally
like,
slapped.
Oh God, it's so good.
Yeah.
to see. Like it's so
Right.
good to see. Like I've never been like a
But-
huge fan of the brutes.
Wait a minute.
I've always been more of an elite guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the brutes are scary though. That's a scary
Brutes are
scary
scary.
group. Did he like okay, so he gets hit by the gravity hammer, but he blocks it with the like a jackal shield, right?
Does he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he puts up a jackal shield and blocks it. And I was like, now when the fuck did this guy just Houdini jackal shield off the ground? So I gotta go watch that. I gotta go watch it again because I'm pretty sure he snuck in at some point grabbing a shield. I'm pretty
really?
sure.
I didn't even
I'm
think I
pretty.
noticed. I was
Yeah,
probably
I'm-
I was probably
I'm
still
pretty
freaking out about the
sure.
I'm going to need a weapon.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I'm
And
pretty
that's,
sure because I remember I thought he was gonna get literally just like murdered by the hammer, but
oh yeah,
I'm almost certain he pulls out a jackal shield.
I mean, you're probably right.
Check
Like
the tape.
honestly, you're
Let's
probably.
go ahead and check
I'll
the tape.
roll back the tape.
Roll back the tape. Yeah,
Okay, we'll figure out if that's right or
I'm
not.
either right. I'm either right or wrong.
Either right or wrong. There was another little like thing that we should probably like give an honorable mention in the middle of that battle. Halsey sees that Miranda's in trouble, and Halsey, like
Oh yeah,
way out of character for the Halsey that we've seen, goes and like puts herself in
yeah.
harm's way to try to save her daughter,
To get
which
her
is
kid.
like
Yeah,
complete
yeah.
complete opposite of what we've seen Halsey do.
Right.
Like completely
Right.
the opposite. So it's
Yeah.
like, is that giving us
She's
an
never
indication
been that.
like
Yeah.
never?
It's like we're gonna
Like,
get a scene where she's gonna be like, "I've always loved you.
I've always
I've
loved you,
always
Miranda.
loved you." You know,
Like, I
but
don't know.
it's
Like, I don't know what
it's
to
the
expect.
project.
And then we get that little scene where Mackie's like one playing with her little magic, her freaking plasma sword fingies for God knows what
So
reason.
she's got
just
her
because.
little fingy. She's just
Yeah,
so
like
funny.
I mean,
I
like what?
yeah.
I don't know. It's bizarre.
Maybe she was checking to see if it had enough battery.
And then as that ship is flying away,
Yeah.
they drop pod her down, and Chief
Right.
goes up to it, and like she's got like a little bit of like a little bruise on her arm. But like, how are you going
Yeah.
to explain?
Right.
How are you
How are you gonna
explain?
explain
They
this?
dropped you down out of their
Yeah.
ship,
Make it look
barely a
believable.
scratch. Like it's not believable. You know what would have been believable if you
No.
had your jaw ripped off of your face.
What would have been believable is if she had been plugged into during the chaos in the fight. If she had like, come screaming out of a ship or something, you know what I mean?
Literally.
Like
Like, come
or
out-
like
come
or
from
like literally
anywhere.
escaped the hands of the jackal, but like getting launched out of a leaving ship from an escape pod, like
You ain't like
you ain't gonna fool the
please,
chief.
Please, in the
And
next
you sure as hell
episode,
not gonna
she better be
fool Vanek.
Dumbass questions.
I like
Dumbass
they
questions.
better not trust
No.
her in the next episode. Like they
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that could actually really piss us off, how they interact, how they choose to go with the storytelling of how that made sense. You know what I mean? They could just be real silly about it and tell it in a goofy ass way that's just like, what, okay, like that was lazy.
yeah. Like I really just hope like it doesn't show her like with a blanket taking a sip of tea. Like, oh, what
Yeah,
happened? Like
a little
she
sippies and just,
better
like,
be
gone.
in a cell. She better be in a cell
Like,
the next time we see her.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
honestly.
Thank God for saving me from the escape pod that I was launched out of.
Very just super bizarre. Super bizarre.
There's no way.
I don't
Listen, look. Okay,
understand.
look. There's no way these Spartans are gonna just like fly with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and say they're gonna have her like on lockdown. You know what I mean? Chief doesn't even trust you when you have gun grease in your hair, and he's known you for his whole kidnapped life. So he's not gonna just trust some human that came out of an escape pod from the enemy ship. If I were to just say my opinion, I would actually swap the Soren and the Miranda story. To be honest, if I wanted to give more airtime to a story, I could do less with that and more with Miranda.
Yeah. I mean, I could do less. I could do Riz's freaking pig over the Soren Quan Ha
Vanek
storyline.
Riz is
A Vanek's pig. I could do Vanek's pig over the Soren and Quan Ha storyline.
Yeah.
Like literally
Oh
give
my
me a
God.
flashback.
Can you
of
imagine
him
we got a
just in the
flashback of
woods
him and
with
his pig?
and that's it for
Come
20
on.
minutes. And then you just
And
completely
he's like
cut
a
out
little
Quan
kid
Ha.
with the same voice.
Come on, little piggy.
But he's like this tall.
He's just like a little kid, but he's just like,
Come on, little piggy.
What's your overall rating? I feel like I know what
Okay.
it's gonna be. For sure.
my rating for this is 10 out of 10. The fucking action was just once again chef's kiss. Like, it was so good, and they did for me, they did a great job building up to this moment, but with like just all like the little elements of the chaos, the battle, the little commentary back and forth, displaying Spartan power, it was a easy 10 out of 10 for me. What about you?
Man, I'm going to give it out of 1 out of 10, as I normally do. I'm never as kind as you. I'm never as kind as you. But I will say, if it was just the action scene, 10 out of 10. If it was just that one scene, 10
Yeah.
out of 10. All day, every day.
Yeah.
But since we had
Mhm.
Kwan Ha,
But
we had like a little, like just
Mhm.
like a little weird little bits of storyline that were 100% necessary. I'm gonna say I'm still gonna leave room for improvement. I'm gonna say 8 out of 10. I'm gonna say 8 out of 10
Okay. Fair. That's fair.
on this episode, because it
Yeah,
really
that's
could
fair. And that's
like cut out, and I don't want to say cut out because I know that her
no.
storyline probably will be good
Right.
eventually, but
Yeah.
whenever there is her storyline and it doesn't progress in the slightest,
Yeah.
and it takes time away
Yeah.
from John and the other Spartans, you're going to lose a point. You're going to lose a point in my book.
Especially for this, the majority of that storytelling was chained to a bike. So I got it. Like I didn't you didn't have to go and you didn't I didn't have to get any more shots. I get it. She's locked. You know what I mean? So yeah, but again, I think the battle for me it made up for it. So 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10. And what did you think?
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Great.
We want to like Dora the Explorer style. Okay, we'll do it Dora the Explorer style. Here, that was the dry run. We liked the episode. What did you think?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Wow.
Okay, all right. That's enough of that.